possibly can, hopefully by Friday. But as you can see, the maps again today, this is going to be DM versus, oh, I guess you'll find out in a second. It's going to be Judgment Day for the first map, Sinchopungryung, New Empire of the Sun, Neo Moonglaive, and Gladiator. And the teams today are going to be NetWars versus SK Bravo. And we've got a couple of cool games coming up. We've got Yeti versus OldManSlum, that's going to be a PvC. Zero versus Big Papa, that's going to be a ZVP. Radley Young, or Radley, versus Sad Old Man, who I believe is Chobo Swangins, aka Jealous, so that should be a fun game. And Koget versus Black Snow. And then of course, if it makes it to the ace match, we will have an ace match between two players. I'm not sure who they are, but we'll find out if we get to the replay, so that's all well and good. Okay, I'm going to show the standings table as it currently stands. As you can see, it's a little bit buggy. Red is not in the right place, and I'm trying to fix that as well, but it's all good. You can see Urk is up there in the lead at the moment with their +2 win to loss ratio and their overall match win. So pretty good going from them so far. Their first games were really good. It's worth tuning back on those if you want to see some cool games. And of course, as I said, we've got NetWars versus SK Bravo. They haven't got any stats recorded yet, but they will do soon. And finally, let's have a look at our players for the first game. It's going to be Yeti and OldManSlum. So a lot of different old man names in SK Bravo for some reason, and it confused me a lot when I was trying to set up my overlay, but here we go. It's going to be a PvZ, and the map we're going to be seeing first is Judgment Day. So as you can see from the stats from previously, Zergs are having a pretty good time against Protoss in the tournaments I'm running, so it'll be interesting to see if Yeti can actually carry that on, or if OldManSlum can actually, can pull it back for the Protoss players. There's only one way we can find that out though, guys, and that is to go into the game, and that is exactly what we're going to do. Now let's make sure I've got all the Brood 1 music on and everything. Hopefully the overlay is set up for the game properly, it looks like it is. And let's get going. So hopefully the music isn't too loud as well. So let's get going. This is of course a 4-player map if you've not seen it before. It's mostly low ground with a few high ground parts, not that many. That probably won't come into play as much in CVP. But starting us off...
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, thank you very much. I can't see the notification, but that was very, very loud. Man, that nearly blew my ears off. But here we go. Starting us off in the top left position, we do have the orange Protoss. It is going to be Yeti. And his opponent is going to be the teal Zerg. It is going to be SK's OldManSlum. Let's just very quickly turn on the top overlay with the right colors. We can get going. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock versus 5 o'clock position. Orange versus teal. There we go. Apparently, I'm sure I'm on D&D, but it still shows the notifications. Not too much we're going to do. It looks like we are going to see a Forge Fast 6-band coming out from Yeti. Often indicative of the probe moving around there very early, not going back to mine or anything like that. Forge Fast 6-band, very good on this map. As you can see, there's a very nicely wallable area. Protoss players made a lot of use of this in Pro League, so here we go, we should actually see the Forge coming down now. And there we go. So what's going on in the Zerg's base? Looks like he's just going to go for a 9 pull here, so fairly early pull. I'm actually just going to turn the music down. This is actually quite loud for me. Oh, you have to change the setting through the main menu. Damn, I didn't realize. Oh well, looks like interestingly, Yeti going for the double scout. As you can see, 2 probes actually on the way. Now they will find this drone very quickly, so he will be able to block any potential hatcheries if he's quick enough. But no, it looks like he just wants to double check, just to make sure there's no lings on the way, that there's no 5-pool shenanigans or anything like that. So pretty good scout for him. He's going to see everything he needs to see. And this other probe just going to go back home. Now we should see OldManSlum coming up with an expansion pretty soon. It'll be very interesting to see exactly what he's going to do and where he's going to take it from there. This is a very easy map for Zergs to get 3 hatcheries. And it looks like rather than going for the 3rd hatch, OldManSlum is actually going to go for a drone scout. Just wants to make sure he finds his opponent before it's too late, making sure that there's no proxies or anything like that. But luckily enough for him, Yeti does look like he's playing very conservative, going for that forge fast expand, and should all be good for him. So we have a couple of things out now chasing the probe. They're not going to be able to get too much. It looks like that 3rd hatchery has finally come up as well. Just get a quick shot of that. Fairly normal really for this map, but these Zerglings will take a very long time to get the probe, but they'll eventually get it. If Yeti stops microing it like that, but until Zergling speed's done, it's very, very hard for Lings to catch up with the probe. I think they have the same move speed, or a probe is like ever so slightly faster. I can never actually remember. Now we should see a cybernetic score coming up. No, actually it's a gateway in the main of Yeti, so he's actually not going to finish the wall up here. Just going to use a cannon and the forge. Now I wonder if this is going to be an indicator to OldManSlum to actually go for some kind of ling aggression. It looks like we are going to see the lair tech first of all, so we're not going to see anything too crazy like a very early Hydra play or anything like that, but an early lair is usually indicative of either early lurkers of course, or early mutalisks, or maybe he just wants to play a little bit safer. He doesn't really know what the Protoss is doing, doesn't want to lose too many overlords to Scourge or anything like that, sorry, any overlords to Corsairs, so he's going to get an early Spire, maybe for Scourge, but this is a very good map for mutalisks. There's a lot of places they can actually bounce around, and look at this well-timed probe transfer there by Yeti, knowing exactly when to send them, and actually spreads them out all very, very nicely. Drone saturation for our Zerg player is slowly starting to come into play. Looks like we do have 4 drones at the 3rd. There's going to be 6, 7... Okay, so it's he's not going to put 7 there, he's actually going to leave 6. Move a few extra over to the early hatchery. Maybe that was just a miss rally, but probe's going to come in, see absolutely everything. Sees the additional initial drone spawning, so he's going to feel pretty good, and he will see that Spire. Let's just double check. Yeah, he can see that, so that's going to be quite important for him to scout. Now, is he going to add a Stargate? Looks like he already is, so he's not going to have to change his game plan too much, and from there he'll be able to do what he needs to do. He's probably going to look to take a 3rd base pretty quickly himself. This probe may be going out to scout, but just going to add some extra cannons on first. There is going to be some lings on the way. They do have speed. Now, when there is speed Zerglings, you need to be careful. He doesn't really have that many units yet, so the lings could actually bust through here, and that could be very, very dangerous for the Protoss player. It looks like we have an extra pylon. I thought there may have been another gateway. But +1 is going up on the Corsairs, so very, very standard PvZ build by our Protoss player Yeti here, wanting to play as conservative as possible to actually get NetWars on the board, really. This is, of course, the first game of the best of 5 series, so he needs to make sure that everything does go according to plan. He doesn't want to give the enemy team any leverage moving forward. I don't know how strong in comparison to the rest of the SK players are, sorry, the NetWars players Yeti is, but it could be that they sent out one of their stronger players first to get that early lead, to make things a little bit more interesting as they move forward. Maybe sharing some of or saving some of their weaker players for a little bit later in the series, just to make sure they get that early lead, and then maybe they can close out in the ace match. Or the teams could actually send their top 3 players out first, and then just see how it goes from there. Looks like one Overlord has gone down. Another one may be going down as well. The Zealot's actually coming in, getting a nice little wall off against the Zerglings. It's going to be very hard for the Lings to deal with this, but the Corsair goes down to the Scourge, and that's a big loss early on. Protoss do want to be spending a lot of the time building up that Corsair count, and if you lose Corsairs willy-nilly like that, it's very easy to actually just lose to a Mulus switch. So interesting to see he wasn't really microing that very well. I think the Overlord may have gone down. No, actually survived with nearly half health, so not really worth it there. He's building up more of his units again, and he is going to add his second gas. Just move on to the later stage of the game. He will need to, as I said, build up. Oh, can the Scourge get the Corsairs? There's no cannon yet. There we go, the cannon's finished. But is this going to be enough? He's going for the intercept. I don't think he'll be able to get it though. Oh, so close. That's so unbelievably close there. It does of course take 2 Scourges to kill a single Corsair, or multiple Corsairs. I believe Scourge has like really small splash, but splash nonetheless. At least it feels like that anyway. It looks like we're going to have a 4th base coming up very, very quickly from OldManSlum here. Feeling super confident, knowing that on his, I believe he's got 6 hatcheries now, maybe 5. It is 5 hatcheries. So on his 5 hatcheries, he'll have the production to keep his main bases alive. And it's going to be up to Yeti to really put the pressure on to stop this base going up. But it's going to be very difficult for him to actually defend it. Just given the fact that it's on the other side of the map to where he wants to really be attacking. Do we have +1 yet for the Process player? Yes, we do. But there are lurkers in defense with the Sunkens. There is currently no detection available for Yeti unless, oh, here we go, DT on the way, so I believe he should be getting an observatory fairly shortly. This is probably going to be a robo, yep. So he knows that he needs the robo to actually deal with most of this. Some of the Zealots look like they're thinking about going to the other base. He's checking the other locations, just not actually checking the right place yet. A DT hiding out here. Looks like we do have some more Corsairs moving out on the map. And is OldManSlum going to actually be aggressive here, or is he going to be really conservative with his units? He has multiple options. Looks like he's got Overlord speed. At least I've finally figured out what that Overlord upgrade is. And here we go, Hive on the way already. But is he going to be able to defend this base? The hatchery has finished. This is the anti-timing for OldManSlum. He cannot cancel it anymore. So he is going to have to either sack it or try and send units to defend. But no matter how fast he sends them, look how slow the Hydralisks are without speed. They are not going to be able to get there to defend. There is a drone, but that will go down immediately with the hatchery. And OldManSlum finds himself back on 3 bases, but look at the amount of units coming across the map here for Slum. He has a very big army. For this stage in the game, he's actually even on supply with the Protoss player. That is not good for Yeti. He cannot be feeling good about this. He's going to lose a lot of his army as well, and it's going to be very, very difficult for him to trade efficiently against this number of Hydralisks. So, pretty good engagement here by Slum, trapping those units in. He should be able to send another drone over there and take the base, but let's check the upgrades on the Zerg player. Does have no melee upgrades right now, or carapace, or ranged attack, so is this attack going to be able to do much? There is only 2 cannons, actually. Yeti may have skimped on defense a little bit too much. I can see a Templar there. It does have enough energy for 1 storm, but given good enough spreads, it's going to be very difficult for him to push in. There is currently 3 Templar. Do they have enough for storm? All of them do. And due to the fact this is such a small area, it's going to be very hard for Slum to break in. Now it looks like the Corsairs are coming back from the other location. They're going to fly over some Hydralisks if they're not careful. But here we go, nice storm going down, killing 4 of the Hydralisks. Trading 4 Hydralisks and not even killing a cannon. 2 hits away, wow, what about that? Here we go, another great storm. So many units going down to just the storms here. A great defense by Yeti. Now it looks like Slum doesn't want to make the same mistake twice. He's going to take the easier to defend base. We have some drones transferring over there already. And this will allow him to try and macro up a little bit more. He hasn't really lost that many units. Looks like we do have a DT down here trying to take out this extra hatchery. Will it get it? So close. The Overlord's still not there. Just about may save it. But it's going to be so close to death. It may even be better to rebuild the hatchery because a single Zealot will take that down so quickly. And it looks like we've got some idle drones there, probably worrying about the army too much. Really hard to sort of do everything in this game. Here we go, we've got 7 gates up for the Protoss player. Corsair production has stopped, and here we go, looks like the pylon has had to be killed with one of the cannons so he can actually get his units out. That is one of the things I've always found quite funny in PvZ. It looks like a lot of lurkers actually being morphed in there. I got quite a lucky spot of them coming out, but yeah, Yeti seems to be doing pretty well. He's finally got the supply lead over the Zerg player, and hell, looks like he's misclicked a little bit. Some of his units actually got stuck. In the middle of the map now. Can Slum defend this? The one problem is there a single observer with this army? There is one here, so that's going to be enough to take down... Oh, there's actually two, which is good. But does he have enough units? Does he have the upgrades to be able to take on this Lurker army? Looks like it is 1-1 versus 0-0 still, so Slum really skimping out on the upgrades. Is this actually going to hurt him? Are we going to see a big engagement here? Looks like the Dragoons, the Corsairs, and the Zealots are trying to move in, and a lot of the Zerg army is actually very clumped right now. Here we go. Storm's coming in from the side. Really nice storm on top of the Lurkers. Actually storming his own Corsairs. Needs to move the Corsairs out of the way, but huge storms! And such a good trade by Yeti as he moves in. And this is going to allow him to actually move back. The Corsairs are left completely uncontested, killing so many Overlords right now. And Slum is going to have to use the few units he has to try and push back this Protoss army. Is this a DT? No, I got really excited there. I thought that was a DT in the base at the same time. Here we go. Another load of links coming out. Is this going to be enough though? They do not have any upgrades. They're running in Storm. Can he get the High Templar? He needs to try and snipe these before they get energy. It looks like he's not target firing correctly. And Slum losing his entire army. Such a strong Protoss army is left remaining. 1-1 is done. 2-1 should be nearly done as well. Actually going for armor first. Interesting choice there. But he's going to be able to break the space in no time at all. The hatchery is so close to death. And I'm not sure Slum can hold on. Units are trying to come in from the side, but all he's remaxing with is Zealot, or Zerglings even. And it's not going to be enough. The hatchery goes down. Two Corsairs actually shooting a load of Overlords over on the left side. And poor Slum has found himself losing his entire army. He does still have 4 bases. He can still remax, but he needs to play defensively. He's lost most of his Lurkers. And with this 5th base, or 4th base even coming up by Yeti, Slum needs to do something soon. Can he use these Zerglings to snipe some of the High Templar? It looks like he doesn't notice them. Here we go. Goes to get them. Can he get it? It doesn't have enough for Storm yet. Can't defend itself. And really, really nice moves. Oh, actually... Suicide Templar there. And here we go. This could be the push that ends the game. A huge Protoss force moving in to the Zerg Natural. There's enough observers here to actually deal with this. Actually morphing a lot of Lurkers in front of the Protoss army. Very dangerous. Nice storm though, taking out most of the Lings. And Yeti just showing a dominating performance so far. The replay speed is on fastest, the normal one. I'm fairly certain. Unless... Okay, I'll check after this. It should be on the fastest speed though, the normal one. Okay, it looks like we have the Protoss army actually looping round. There's a lot of Lurkers, but they are in the wrong position. How much defense does he have here? 1 Storm and 2 Sunken Colonies. Reinforcements coming in from Yeti. 4th base is mining. And is this going to be the attack that's going to break through Slum? Slum is now supply blocked. He cannot build any more units. He cannot actually stop this unit army, I don't think. A nice storm goes down, killing 3 of the Hydralisks. The Lurkers can't get into position. These drones are completely in trouble here. He needs to pull the drones away. Actually, nice storm again, though. He's burrowing all his Lurkers together. If there's a single storm here, it could kill all of them. And he's actually unburrowing. This could be a dangerous move. Trying to get the observers calm. There's no observer overlord here anymore. Nice storms again. These are likely going to be the storms that end the game. And Slum has lost his entire army. He's lost his 4th base worth of mining. No 5th base was restarted. And Slum is going to lose his 4th base. And GG! Slum taps out of the game.